This sheet of paper will show you how to stop working hard and finally work smart. I'm David. I'm the CEO of Filterbuy. We're an air filter company that makes $22 million per month. I keep getting comments that don't believe I can run a $250 million a year business and make YouTube videos on the side. But I can because I understand the principles on this paper. So let's automate your life. If you don't just want to make money, but actually build a life that gets simpler every day, watch this video to the end. Let's start at the beginning of our flywheel. Your number one goal is not have a job. Understand these points and you'll stop selling your time for money. Most people think being rich is about having thousands of employees and constant oversight. But my favorite billionaire did it with 18 people. He's able to do this because he buys businesses that can run themselves. He has a famous line that I love. He wants businesses that an idiot can run because one day an idiot will. That's the real test of a smart system, if it still works when you're not there. Most people make life harder than it has to be, not because they're lazy, but because they confuse activity with progress. They build systems that depend on them to function and then wonder why they can't scale. I see it everywhere. Entrepreneurs who hire too fast, thinking more people equals more output. Managers who have to approve every decision because they don't trust their team. Founders who measure their value by how busy they are instead of how replaceable they've made themselves. The irony is the people who appear to work less usually spent years building machines that work for them. That's why Buffett can run a $1 trillion empire with 18 people, because he focuses on buying businesses that already run themselves. Working smart isn't about doing less work today, it's about designing systems that require less of you tomorrow. Even if you don't own a business yet, you can start applying this principle right now. Your goal is to find and fix the part of your life or work that only you can do and make them run without you. Here's how to spot those opportunities. First, identify what's repetitive. Anything you do more than twice a week should be automated, delegated, or standardized. If it's repeatable, it's replaceable. Second, document once, delegate forever. Write down how you do something the right way, step by step. That's how you begin to turn chaos into process, whether it's running a meeting, sending quotes, or onboarding a customer. Third, test for idiot proof, my favorite. Ask yourself, if I disappeared tomorrow, could someone else pick this up and keep it moving? If the answer is no, that's a bottleneck you need to fix. That's how you stop working hard and start working smart. And the beauty is, when you do this, it frees up your time to be able to add to your foundation, to be able to grow and compound even faster. So the faster you're able to do this, the more you're actually able to accomplish. The goal of any business is to build something that runs even when you can't. That's when you know you're not just working in a business, you're running a system. The real secret to building a business that runs without you isn't choosing between great people and great systems, it's building both so they reinforce each other. Even the best systems fail without good leadership, and even the best leaders fail without clear systems. What makes Filterbuy work isn't that it's automated, it's that we have great managers and operators who understand how to run the playbook. When people know the mission, the values, and the why, they don't just follow the system, they improve it. That's when you start getting real compounding returns from your leadership team. So the goal isn't to replace people with processes, it's to build processes that empower great people. That's how you create an organization that runs smoothly, grows consistently, and can thrive whether you're in the office or recovering from surgery like me. And when a business depends entirely on people showing up every day, it might make you rich, but it will never make you free. Here's a simple test to see if you're running a system or just selling hustle. First, run the no new customer simulation. Ask yourself, if I stopped selling tomorrow, would revenue keep coming in? Look at your repeat purchase rate, subscriptions, or organic inbound demand. If income drops to zero without your daily effort, you've built a job, not a business. Second, check for repeatability. Do you have a process that can deliver results the same way every time with or without you? If outcomes depend on your personal skill or energy, systematize it. Let's say you run a pizza joint and have your systems dialed in. You've maxed your current capacity, 100 pizzas a day, all selling out. You know that if you invest $100,000 in a new oven, you can produce 200 pizzas a day. Based on your numbers, that adds another $100,000 a year in profit. That's a 100% return on your money in 1 year. It's better than anything you'll find in the stock market. And best of all, you control it. Investing in your own business has asymmetric upside. You control the inputs, levers, and outcomes. The risk is concentration. Your capital and time are tied to one system. The reward is control. Unlike the market, you can directly change the outcome. Small errors in your inputs can compound into massive errors in your decisions. If you can't model the return, don't spend the money. The people who win are the ones who understand every number in their business and act only on what compounds. You're going to be tempted to use AI to automate big parts of your life. That's a great idea, but there are good and bad ways to automate. AI's biggest weakness is also your favorite feature. AI gives you consensus level information. It tells you what's already been agreed upon. That's by design. Its goal is to make you comfortable, not uncomfortable. But comfort never created breakthroughs. The truth is, breakthrough thinking lives outside the consensus. AI is great for speed, but if you rely on it for insight, you'll find yourself drifting toward the average. There's one way that looks like a great place to spend your money, but could easily financially ruin you. Everyone will tell you this is a smart way to spend your money, but there's a secret risk. Why is it that everyone's first instinct is to buy ads on Amazon, Google, or Meta? Because those platforms are the gatekeepers to new customers. They make it look easy. Instant reach, instant traffic. But what most people miss is that these companies are designed to extract every possible dollar of value from that relationship. They're not in business to make you rich, they're in business to make themselves rich. And the longer you rely on them, the smarter their algorithms get. Learning your margins, your behavior, your bidding patterns, until they're capturing nearly all the value that you once had. If you don't build something beyond that, something customers remember, you'll always be renting your growth instead of owning it. Once people trust you, every new problem they have brings them back to you automatically. Brand builds momentum, the kind that compounds quietly in the background while you sleep, while you work on other things. It's the difference between chasing new customers every day and owning relationships that pay you again and again. Brand isn't about getting someone's attention once, it's about owning the relationship that follows. When people trust you, they don't just buy once, they come back again and again. Be known for something specific, something people trust and tell others about. Start small, own one niche, serve it well enough that your name becomes the default. Because repeat business isn't just about transactions, it's about trust that compounds over time. When you're in business with repeat customers, that's a moat that deepens every year. It's totally different from a business built around one-time sales. Those businesses are always starting from zero. You turn a service into subscription. You turn a transaction into a relationship. If you're a designer, create a retainer package where clients pay monthly for updates. If you're a consultant, you build an ongoing advisory program instead of a one-off project. If you're a tradesperson, you offer maintenance plans that keep you in the customer's life year-round. The key is simple. Move from hunting to harvesting. You don't need millions of new customers, you need hundreds who never leave. That's how you move from linear growth to exponential compounding. And that's how small businesses turn into empires. Once you have your systems, you'll be tempted to sell your business. So, is selling your business overrated? Yeah, I think it is. People sell something they deeply understand, where they control every lever and see every problem up close. And they trade it for exposure to businesses they barely know. They move their money into the S&P 500 at record valuations, run by CEOs they'll never meet with problems they can't see. It feels safer, but in reality, it's often riskier because now you've given up control. You've been trained to think a liquidity event is the goal. But the truth is, the wealthiest people, they don't sell their compounding machine. They keep them, refine them, and pull cash out tax efficiently over time. Everyone's built differently. For some, selling might bring peace. For others, it's the beginning of a slow decline in purpose and momentum. I just want people to realize not selling is an option. You can keep compounding. You can keep reinvesting in what you know. You can build wealth, freedom, and purpose without ever needing an exit. Because the moment you stop operating from fear and start operating from conviction, you're already wealthier than most who ever sell. This is episode 1 of my 3-part series on simplifying your life. Subscribe to watch the next episode. If you want to take your business to the next level, I want to learn more. In 2026, I'll be visiting and maybe even investing in some of my favorite boring businesses in the world. Send an email to the email on the screen now. Tell me a bit about your business, where you're located, and what you're hoping to do next. Hopefully, I'll see you soon.